Alright, 5th grade. Today we're going to talk about the proper way to put together a saxophone. So the first thing you're going to do is you take the neck strap. Every one of you should have a neck strap. And you put that over your head and around your neck like this. Then you're going to grab the body of the saxophone. This is the body of the saxophone. The very first thing you always do when you're putting together a saxophone is you take the neck strap and you clip it to the neck strap ring. It's this ring right here. You clip it to that. That way your saxophone never falls to the ground and you don't have to worry about breaking it. Then what you do is most of you on the top of your saxophone should have a screw that looks like this screw here. You're going to unscrew that screw just a little bit. Don't take it all the way out. And you're going to get it a little bit loose. I take it about that far out usually. And then you're going to take the gooseneck. This is your gooseneck. It looks like this. It's the long piece. You're going to carefully make sure that you slide it underneath. Now when you slide it, you want this piece of the saxophone, this piece right here of the saxophone, to go under the gooseneck ring. This piece goes under the gooseneck ring. That way, when I hit the button on the back, the gooseneck pops up a little bit. Just a little bit like that. Then once you have the gooseneck in there, you tighten the screw back up. So the gooseneck's nice and firm. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your mouthpiece and the ligature. The ligature is the silver part with the screws. Some of you might have a gold ligature. They're all a little different. Mouthpiece and the ligature. Your screws always go on the bottom of the mouthpiece, just like that. And you take the mouthpiece and you put it over the cork of the gooseneck. You gotta be really careful not to bend the gooseneck mechanism. We're going to push it down, and it's not going to go all the way over the cork, so don't think it needs to go all the way over the cork. You're going to get it on there. Then what you're going to do is the screws on the ligature, silver screws, you're going to undo them a little bit so that the ligature slides a little bit. Now, I usually undo my ligature screws just about that far. You remember, screws are always on the bottom of the mouthpiece. Then you're going to take your saxophone reed and let me grab it. You're going to take a saxophone reed. You should always keep your reed in a reed case. You should always keep your reed in a reed case like this. You take the reed out. And woodwind players always remember the U will face you. So this little U that's carved in the bottom of it there, right here, this U, goes on the facing you on the bottom of the mouthpiece. So you'll get that on there underneath the screws. You'll tighten the screws back up. You'll want to make sure on your mouthpiece, so you see how I have that U part of the reed will be on the bottom facing outward like that. My screws have been retightened. You want just a tiny bit of black showing at the top of your mouthpiece. Then you'll have to make sure your reed's wet. So put it in your mouth for a little bit. And remember, if the reed's not wet, it won't vibrate, so it won't make any sound. So you gotta make sure the reed's really wet. You'll have it on your saxophone like this. And then